Bethany. Thanks for watching. This is DIY comic illustration. This week I went to the library and tried to get a whole bunch of new books that the kids had not seen and had them sit down with a book for about 5 minutes, which might be torture, but art is a combination of education and talent and practice and inspiration, and they need to kind of sit and look through a book. After you do about a 5-minute warm-up, copying the templates, have them look through a book, and you're going to talk about different angles of the head. So if you pass out examples that you've printed about what angles of the head look like, they can look at that, and they need to look at the books they have and try to figure out which angles coordinate with what they see in the examples that you've printed. Just have their eyes kind of opened up to how illustrators use different angles of the head to interpret what they want. So today everyone is going to be practicing drawing their characters' heads from different angles. They can have the same expression on their faces, but it will be from different angles, from the side, from 3/4 view, maybe looking up or looking down. And they especially need to work on drawing the angle that they want for their finished comic. At this point, if they've decided they don't like something about their character, they are welcome to change it. Because we haven't finalized anything, they can change it and kind of catch up and go back and do what we've done in other classes. Spend some time with each kid and have them flip through everything they've done so far. Have them explain to you what their goals are, have them tell you what they like most about what they've done, and have them share with you what's been frustrating. And maybe the two of you could come up with ideas of ways that they could work through what's frustrating. Utilize the internet to find ways to fix what they're frustrated with. Here is a simple way of helping your students figure out what the proportions are on the head when the characters turn to the side. So just draw lines from the significant features on each character, say the top of the ears, the top of the eyes, the bottom of the nose, the middle of the mouth, the bottom of the head, for example. If those lines are all parallel, you'll turn the head, and this is just a rough sketch of this cat, but when the head turns, they have a better idea of where the bottom of the nose is going to be when the cat is looking from the side, looking to the side, and where the top of the ears are going to be. That way it's not as much guesswork. It's not exactly science either, but at least it will help them be able to turn their character's head to the right or to the left, keep the proportions the same, and they will have to do a little bit of imaginary work to decide what their character will look like from the sides. Next week will be the week that we work on the characters' bodies, and so the kids have very specific homework. They need to take pictures of their characters. They need to take pictures of people doing what their characters are doing. So here's an example of one student that wanted to do it in class. We took pictures of what her characters were going to be doing in the comic strip. That way she would have a reference for how to make their bodies move. So each student needs to bring reference pictures for what their characters' bodies will be doing in their comic strip, so they're not making up what it will look like, but they're actually referencing life. If they have pets or anything else that's unusual, it's not a person, they need to have their parents help them Google images to find, for example, dogs that are in the same pose that they would like for their comic strip, and then they need to print them and bring them to class. And everybody needs to print their characters in motion and bring it to class for next week. And finally, make sure you pass around that comic strip book if you got it, and encourage each of the kids to read further, investigate further, work at home. If they don't, that's okay. Don't force them to do that. I found that a lot of my kids saw what other students were doing and were doodling things that had nothing to do with their comic strip, and that's okay. We just want them to be producing artwork. I don't care what it is. They just need to be using the right side of their brain to be enjoying themselves. What a joy for students especially to be able to have fun with art.